Didn't hold it though. Simpson drives it back through. And the goalkeeper of Bristol Rovers, Brian Parkin, was very lucky to get away with that. He allowed the ball to squirt from his grasp, with Quinn lurking behind him. Quick thinking by Simpson, but he couldn't find the net. Flags up, offside, I think against Quinn. And again the referee has allowed the advantage, and then blew for the free kick to Bristol Rovers for the foul. It's Yates taking the kick up towards Taylor. Got the header on too. And the shot just wide. Oh, Jeff Twentyman doesn't score all that often. And what a fillip that would have been for Bristol Rovers if he'd found the goal then. Only a couple of yards wide. Peter Reid with his feet up at the moment, but maybe he'll be out there a little later on. Poor header by Alexander. Now Simpson, who has a deft touch. Holden's ball in. David White, off the post. Away for the corner. David White so unlucky then. Denied by a combination of Brian Parkin's agility and the post. I'm sure they got a touch to it then, Parkin. Simpson with the corner. Brightwell whistles from the home fans. Up goes Parkin. Under pressure, White. And Parkin got there in the end. The half-time whistle has gone. David White with the best opportunity. There weren't too many of them in the first 45 minutes. Rovers on that occasion saved by Parkin and the post. Half-time, it's Bristol Rovers 0, Manchester City 0. So Manchester City then start the second half. Best of what few opportunities did materialise in the first 45 minutes came their way, really. Certainly that let off for Bristol Rovers when David White hit a post. But City haven't really underlined their authority. Big Niall Quinn. An anxious look across to the bench. And they certainly won't want to lose him. Mayhew. It's a fine pass by him. And again by Rees too, Hardiman. Well closed out though by Brightwell, who has the chance to burst away for City. Bristol Rovers throw. On by Rees. Curl the marker on Taylor. And not the best of clearances from him. Hardiman's ball in. Nearly fell for Mayhew. Phelan with the back pass, which Curtin had to head away. He couldn't handle it. It's an unusual one. Now the flag's up for offside. Quick piece of thinking by Tony Cope. I'm sure goalkeepers must be in two minds as to what they should do sometimes. They really do have to have their wits about them. And it's definitely a back pass off the foot from Phelan. And Cope heading it away like Keith Curl might have done. This is Holden. Now Rees for Rovers. Brushed aside by McMahon, and fairly so, decides the referee. Brightwell. City really do need to raise their game a notch or two in the second half if they are going to win this. Quinn. And just as I speak, they very nearly took the lead then. They just left him for a second now, Quinn, and he ghosted into the space away from the marking. And it was a vital deflection by the goalkeeper Brian Parkin. Just got a hand to it. Here's the corner now. Quinn again, the marking was slack, and it's an own goal. cross, and it ricocheted into the net to give Manchester City the lead. Off Maddison, and that's a disastrous own goal for Bristol Rovers. And Quinn again really wasn't tightly picked up. Maddison was unlucky, but City go in front. And almost around the halfway point in the second half. So it's a real test of character now for Bristol Rovers. A goal down, and so few chances have come their way. Carl Saunders warming up for Bristol Rovers, so I think there's a fair chance he'll be coming on fairly soon, as Rovers look to save this cup tie. Holden. Phelan. Cole has time to measure his back pass. Quinn. Peter Reid will be a lot more satisfied now than he was just a short while ago, with his team struggling to find this first goal. Reese did well then to find Hardiman. Still Hardiman. It's not a bad effort either. Plucked out of the air by Cope, who kept a very careful eye on it. But a good strike by Paul Hardiman. Defenders backing off him. And that's a fair left foot shot then. It's a free kick to Bristol Rovers. Beaming smile from John Taylor, who's felt aggrieved with most decisions so far tonight, but he's quite happy with that one. Twentyman is in there once more, policed by Quinn. Mayhew and Saunders and Taylor. Taylor trying to get in there. Andy Hill alongside him. He's a real threat, John Taylor. Rather in the way that Quinn is at the other end, but Quinn is now back defending. Again, it was Hill away. Phelan. Nobody upfield for City. Yates was there for Bristol Rovers. Marcus Stewart trying to change the direction of the attack, but to no avail. David White, so full of running still, trying to thread it on to Quinn. Well, that was agonizingly close. I didn't think Quinn was going to get to that one, as it's played in, and there was an unkind bobble there, and Quinn steered it wide. Hoping that Taylor will be on the end of it, or Mayhew just whipped away at the last end by Hill. Mayhew is always sniffing for opportunities. He very nearly got on the end of that. Andy Hill rescued City. Hardiman's corner now. A packed and congested area, particularly around the 6-yard box. Taylor's making circling runs. Didn't get to him. And a flick and a goal! Taylor's turned it in. Kurt furious. Bristol Rovers are level. Scenes of great excitement now around the Tottenham Park ground. It's fired back in and deflected in. Let's see again here. There's the clearance, and it was touched in by Taylor. Reese's shot, but I'm sure Taylor will play that. Taylor. Now Mayhew. And away from Phelan. Chance here for Rees. Good save by Cook. City extended then. Andy Rees with a header. Couldn't beat Tony Cook. Holden now whipping over the cross towards Quinn, who won it in the air under some pressure too from Parkin. Neither player holding back to meet that cross from Holden, which was whipped over dangerously. And that's the end of the 90 minutes. 1-1. So now extra time is necessary. Phelan spreads it wide to Holden. Off goes Quinn. And Twentyman almost gave that away. Alexander was there. Chested down by McMahon. Curl. Flitcroft had gone running down the middle. McMahon now directing operations from that central area, and it's broken down. Mayhew with Taylor. Now Mayhew. Could be a chance here for him, or maybe for Stewart. Good efforts. Oh, and he's wasted the second one. Golden chance then for Marcus Stewart. Maybe to have won this game for Bristol Rovers. Two chances. And he failed to punish Manchester City. Stewart again now. I wonder, will they get a better chance than those two? Cross. Didn't quite fall for Mayhew then, who went in bravely and strongly. But it's certainly a spirited finish by Rovers. Marcus Stewart. Straight at Cook. Mayhew. Off goes Stewart, good touch by him. Saunders. Oh, now then for Taylor. Cook was out so quickly. Very alert then to the danger. Excellent build-up though by Bristol Rovers. And Coton, that was such alert goalkeeping by him. Holden. Cross in towards Quinn. Parkin just managed to palm it away. Flitcroft now. Simpson let it run for Peter Reid. Delicate chip through for Simpson. Rovers having to defend now. In the last minute or so, when they were hoping to be putting on some pressure at the other end. Flitcroft trying to weave a path to goal. And still time for at least one more attack from Bristol Rovers, if they could launch one here. Saunders underneath it, so was Hill. Phelan just getting that one before Mayhew. Quinn. Flitcroft to Brightwell. Off goes David White. He's got away from Yates. Oh, good save then by Parkin. The Rovers live to fight another day. The referee, though, has looked at his watch now, so there can't be too long to go. Played in by Stewart for Saunders. Peter Reid. Just trying to calm it all down. A wise old head. Brightwell. Good composure shown by Jeff Twentyman. Yates has to pump it forward now. Mayhew. Curl to Reid. Now, has he found White here? He has. Simpson. Quinn just staying onside. Again, that's intelligent distribution by Simpson. Holden. Can he finish it now? Yes! Holden with the second goal for Manchester City, and that surely now has secured their place in the next round. Some very, very disconsolate Bristol Rovers figures out there. Dejection for them, elation for Tony Coton and Manchester City. Rick Holden, who scored his first goal in City's colours on Saturday, has done it again here, deceiving Parkin, and it flies in off the post. City lead 2-1 on the night, and the right foot finisher Rick Holden surely now will prove a decisive strike. Andy Hill brought down by Taylor, and the referee blows his whistle to signal that Rick Holden's goal, added to the earlier own goal from Lee Madison, has taken City through. A great applause from the Rovers fans here. Dennis Roth, disappointment for him, but his team have certainly put up a good display, and they have forced Manchester City to fight every inch of the way. Peter Reid's team are through.
We created chances tonight, but when we were under pressure, we handled it well. In the end, I think we deserve to go through to the next round.
Are you generally lacking a bit of confidence at the moment?
And we've had a little dodgy spell, if you like, excuse me, sticking the ball in the net. And my lads are just anxious, a wee bit anxious, so hopefully the 2 goals Saturday and the 2 goals this evening will just settle us down a bit.
Yes, I reckon he's more pleased than he looks there. City have got an interesting draw as well, but you'll have to wait. Game's only goal that night. But for Neville Southall, it would have been game, set and match. But the Welsh international gained his side a reprieve and a second chance at Goodison tonight. The commentator is Rob Palmer.
The injury crisis across Stanley Park proving to be pretty contagious. Internationals Peter Beardsley and Martin Keown, 2 of 5 missing stars tonight. Howard Kendall has a problem at right back. Alan Harper and John Ebrell, who could fill that role, are both injured. So left footer Andy Hinchcliffe will move across, and David Unsworth gets his chance at left back. The flourishing youth system at Goodison Park paying dividends for him and another youngster. 19-year-old Billy Kenley makes his debut for the Blues tonight. Rotherham, in contrast, have stability in selection, a team full of experience, and the same 11 who beat Everton in the first leg take to the field. Sean Gota, the Bermudan international, who scored the winner in the first meeting and was thwarted on a number of occasions by Neville Southall. We have an experienced official tonight in Vic Callow, 23 years on the league list. Well, with Liverpool winning 3 games in a row, the crisis is over at Anfield, but the problems at Goodison Park have been overlooked slightly. 4 matches they've lost in succession. They're on a roll at the moment, a roll downhill. Watson, the captain. Well, Bigger does well for a little man to win the ball in the air, and Tony Cotter getting in between the legs of Nigel Johnson. You get the feeling that Tony Cotter is in one of those moods. He's looking extremely confident when he gets the ball. A very good turn. He sends the defender completely the wrong way. All he can do is hang on to the shirt, Johnston. Bigger doesn't have an abundance of tall players to aim for. Watson's joined the attack. Watson gets a header. And not far away at all, the Everton captain. He was only going to go to him or ride out. The 2 big men had joined the attack. Watson had a good eye on the ball but couldn't get it under the crossbar. Gain the chip over the top. Unsworth has let Hazel get the wrong side of him. Chance for Hazel! Oh, so close! Well, Des Hazel having the first chance of the game for Rotherham. And Unsworth was a little bit slow. He's a big lad for a fullback. And this man's got pace. He's going to have to be careful. Johnson will slow play down for a second or two. He finds Beagrie on the far side. Beagrie really does spring high for a little winger. Another short man, Cotty. Unsworth. Horn. Back to Beagrie. Good turn from Beagrie. A good cross as well. There's Rideout! And that's his first goal in senior football for Everton. A mighty weight off the number 9 shoulders. A great cross from Beagrie. Rideout will thank him for that. He certainly does. An excellent cross from Peter Beagrie. He had space. He got it in, not really above head height at all, the cross, and a very good header from Rideout. That's why he was bought. Everton so needed a tall centre-forward since the departure of Graham Sharp, and Rideout beginning to show his true colours. 1-0 to Everton. Well, still can't raise a smile from Howard Kendall. He's not having the best of times with Everton manager at the moment, but he'll be very happy for his centre-forward scoring that goal. Cotty. Hinchcliffe, all left foot from the right back. A good ball from the debutant Kenny. Beagrie's going to have to do well to get there, but he does force the throw in. Ali Pickering taking no risks at all. Cotty really didn't want it in that situation, but it's worked out for Everton. Oh, great skill from Beagrie. Not a bad cross either. Drops for Kenny. Well, you can certainly say he's trying his luck every time he gets the ball. The man playing for the first time in the Everton first team at Goodison Park. Bad kick, the first one of the night from Mercer, straight at the feet of Azika. Rideout's there again, an important flick from Nigel Johnson. Hazel just can't get the ball on the floor. Unsworth can. Beagrie again. And another corner kick. Mercer's not going to get there in time. He tried his best. But a bad back pass from Ali Pickering. Again putting the pressure on Rotherham United. Half an hour gone. All level on aggregate, of course. If it remains this way, we'll be going into extra time. Beagrie's corner. Mercer stays in his line. Long clearance. Only Hazel up there, though. Rideout's onside. It's beaten the offside trap. That could be a penalty, but Cotty scores. Now, what is the referee going to give here? Well, he has to send Mercer off if he's given a penalty in that situation. A bizarre situation, really. He should have allowed the goal. He blew his whistle possibly too early, the referee. And Mercer goes off. Well, a sad evening. Maybe you ask, should he have stayed on the field, but he certainly took Rideout out of the game. It's going to be Nicky Law who's going to go in goal, the centre-half. He's certainly got the height. Tony Cotty is going to be the first man to test the standing keeper from the penalty spot. Well, for the next 15 minutes or so, the standing keeper's going to have a backing. His first job is going to face a penalty from Cotty. Now, Cotty scored from free play, and Cotty scores the penalty. Well, that, you have to say, is justice. Rotherham United down to 10 men, and it could have so backfired against the referee. A confident penalty from Cotty, and the goalkeeper, the standing keeper, wasn't far away. Cotty chooses the blast and goes through the arms of the unlucky Nicky Law. An attendance of 10,302, the lowest crowd of the season by far. The previous lowest was 18,080 against Crystal Palace. And I would say there's a good couple of thousand have travelled from South Yorkshire, so it could have been quite embarrassing for Everton tonight had the opposition not fancied this game. Horn fighting again. He loves a little scrap, Barry Horn. Hinchcliffe reads it well, using his pace rather than a sliding tackle. Good run from Cotty. Checks his onside. Back to Rideout. Rideout with a shot. Oh, not far away for a poor Rideout. Well, he's certainly finding his form tonight for Everton. And finding an understanding with Cotty. Cotty laying it on, finding the position. But again, no save for Nicky Law to make. Rotherham search forward. Good block from Ablett. Very well placed. Looks more confident with the ball at his feet every game I see him play. And Vazika likes the ball at his feet as well. He loves to take on a fullback. Kenny's gone wide, provided the decoy. Vazika keeps going. Tries a shot, and the first save for the goalkeeper at the second attempt. Well, he's had to play about half an hour before he's had a save to make, the standing keeper, Nicky Law. Rule 1 of goalkeeping, get your body behind the ball. Rule 2, get on any rebounds. Tom. Hazel does well. Clashing with Horn. Horn pointing to the ball. I got it, referee, quite fairly, he says. The referee saying, though, that he fouled Hazel, and this is going to be a free kick in a dangerous situation. He's got a 6-man wall, Southall. He wants them to move out of the way so he can get a clearer view of the ball. Ian Banks, who's got a very strong shot, he's got some spectacular goals in his Barnsley days. It's a bit of a Coventry City from the 1960s, that free kick. And like Coventry's, that one doesn't work out. Well, right out, stolen it. Here's a chance, he's trying a shot, it's a neat flick. But no problems for Law. We'll say he had that one covered. Well, I remember a situation back in the early 80s when Paul Rideout was an England international, when he had a similar chance to this. It made him famous as a 15-year-old when he chipped the Scotland goalkeeper. But he's lost his touch, possibly. Beagrie again, he's enjoying this experience in the first team. He certainly earned his recall from Howard Kendall on this showing, and earned a free kick as well. Well, a bit of pain from Peter Beagrie, and I think it was just a badly timed challenge. Wasn't particularly malicious from number 10, Gota. I think they call that in the trade a forwards tackle. Gota helping out his back line. Every Rotherham player is in and around the 18-yard box. Aimed to the far post. Goes over Watson. Drops for Vazika. A lack of concentration from the Polo. Kenny helps him out. Back to Vazika. His mind's on the job this time. Oh, a nutmeg in the area. He's going to have a shot at the keeper. Draws the goalkeeper. And that's a second goal for Paul Rideout. Well, the Everton fans applauding him. He's had a tough time. Vazika certainly not greedy. He could have shot on the goalie, but he saw Rideout in a better position. It was Vazika who went by one. The defender won't be happy with this cheeky little nutmeg through the legs of him. Vazika carried on, he drew the keeper. The keeper, I think, was worried about the shot. Rideout in a perfect position. His second goal of the game, his second goal for Everton. And the Everton attack, which has been lacklustre of late, haven't scored in 4 matches, scored 3 tonight. Rotherham will try and provide some kind of cheer for their large travelling support. Kenny to Unsworth, the 2 youth team products combined. To Beagrie, a man who cost $750,000. Back to the man who cost nothing, Unsworth. He gets by the defender. Good, strong, powerful run. But the pass lets him down. Ablett. Pushing Gota out of play. Good marking by Gary Ablett. Cotty to Beagrie. Again takes 4 or 5 touches. Law loses that one, and he took on the responsibility of going for the cross. He's certainly enjoying himself. It seemed to drop just over the top of him. And another cross coming in this time. A flick on, and very, very close. Off the bar and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Kenny almost caught out. Passes the book to Horn. Not a case of passing the book to Unsworth. He has plenty of space. Beagrie inside. He likes to shoot from here. He tries to shot. Oh, what a save! Well, that's going to go in the family album of the goalkeeper. I don't think Billy Mercer could have done better than that before he got sent off. A good, strong, dipping shot from Peter Beagrie. And just underneath the crossbar, a competent save from Nicky Law. He'll be staking a claim for a permanent place when Mercer's suspended. Stays on his line this time, leaves it to Johnson and Hazel to clear. Hazel has nobody in front of him. He's going to have to boot it out of play or look for some support. He gets that. Well, he stayed on his line this time and put out the hand at the very final moment. That really was a good save. Johnson shows his powers of recovery, wins the ball, but it's going to be the last touch of the game. And Everton's run of 4 successive defeats comes to an end in reasonable fashion. And there's the man who's got off the mark with his scoring for Everton. Paul Rideout, a goal in each half and a good performance. And Tony Cottee earning his stripes as well, a recall to the first team and scoring from the penalty spot. Final score at Goodison Park. Everton go into the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. Everton 3, Rotherham 0, 3-1 on aggregate.
Well, an encouraging night there for Paul Rideout and an encouraging night. Rob McCaffrey reports.
All right, so apart from the old crooked spire, what else has Chesterfield been famous for?
In footballing terms, Chesterfield were the side that produced Gordon Banks. And in fairness, their MP is a good old-fashioned outside left, well, a left winger at least. But when Chesterfield drew 4-4 at Anfield 2 weeks ago, suddenly they were famous nationwide. Steve Norris, who scored that goal, has become a folk hero. Now he and his side were threatening nightmares to a Liverpool team short on Premier League points, short on confidence, and short of injured players.
Is there a danger that you've had your moment, it could all fall flat for you?
Not at all. Anybody that scores 4 goals at Anfield can score 4 at Salt again.
Brave words, but then it was Bruce Grobbelaar's 35th birthday last night, and he wasn't in the mood to let the party be spoiled. Your commentator is John Helm.
That was a giveaway, so it's back at Morris's foot. Carr played into space, and there might be a chance for Chesterfield's Hebbard here, and Trevor Hebbard has got another one for Chesterfield. What a start! Liverpool's defence sprung again, and the team that got 4 at Anfield has got another one now against Liverpool. Just to remind you, Chesterfield are leading 5-4 on aggregate over the 2 ties. Oh, lovely play by McManaman, skipping past Carr. He's got such good balance for a tall lad. Marsh's knock-in, met by Rush, and there might be a chance here, and this is Liverpool's equaliser, and it's Don Hutchison. That really was what Liverpool needed, and Don Hutchison gets his 4th goal in 5 games. And then it really broke down badly for them, and there might be a chance now as Redknapp goes on, and the keeper wasn't sure whether to come or not, and Liverpool are in front for the first time in the tie. And it's Jamie Redknapp who's exploited some sloppy work in midfield by Chesterfield. Here comes Rosenthal, and if he gets through here, he might get a 3rd. Ronnie Rosenthal, and it's swept into the net by Mark Walters. Liverpool have a 3rd. It's a good spell again for Liverpool now. Chesterfield just on the rack a bit at the moment, and they can finish it off. Rush, surely, Ian Rush, 4-1, and now Liverpool know that they're on the way into the next round for certain.
That goal equalled Roger Hunt's scoring record for Ian Rush and gave him the headlines, and perhaps in a way overshadowing the younger players who'd made such an impressive contribution.
The average age was, I think, was about 20 or something. I'm 21, Jamie's 19. So we are good enough. You wouldn't be at Liverpool if you aren't good enough. You just got to keep going.
What about when the regulars start coming back? Do you think you'll be able to hold on to a place?
I touch wood. I mean, them are good players. Them are first-class players. But if me and Jamie keep scoring, who knows what's happening.
Well, Kenny Dalglish, who brought Don Hutchison to Anfield from Hartlepool, orchestrated some of Liverpool's finest moments, both on and off the pitch, before he left. Well, Kenny re-emerged a year ago this week at Blackburn. The rest is history, of course. As for his first anniversary, well, that was quite a story as well. Rob Palmer.
Kenny and Jack celebrate a first anniversary next week. A marriage made in football's heaven. Better than Jack expected.
I'd have been very happy. We'd have been talking round about in the top 6. Well, finishing though, we haven't got to the top yet. We haven't finished yet, have we?
It must exceed all your expectations then, does it?
Yes, I can be very honest about that. I didn't expect to be sitting on the top.
You obviously see a different side to Kenny Dalglish as well to the rest of the people. How do you get on personally with your manager?
We get on well together. He's very dry, you know. Well, we have a little bits of natters about things, but we're getting on fine, obviously.
It didn't take much of a natter to persuade Jack Walker to buy Alan Shearer.
We know he can shoot from that distance. What a goal!
Alan Shearer's equalising goal at Huddersfield. Last night, the Yorkshire side selected a 20-year-old gas board worker to mark him.
I was in the office this morning at 8:30, so finished at 12:30. It's a great leveller, but I enjoy both, and of course it's just an experience. I've only played 5 matches for the first team, and you couldn't ask for a greater experience than playing against the England striker.
I'm sure Count isn't going to shoot from this distance. Testing the goalkeeper, and there's a goal! Who else but Alan Shearer? Less than 10 minutes gone, and the man of the moment, silence in the Huddersfield fans. Hendry again, players to aim for. One is Shearer, coming on late on Dyson, wins the header cleanly. Not a good clean clearance though to Wigley! Slack defending by Huddersfield Town. From Roy Wegley, but again it was Alan Shearer causing the problems in the air. Ireland has the pace to go around Brown. He's inside the 18-yard box. Brown's going to have to be careful. Misses out Roberts, and a goal for Huddersfield. Or is it just a consolation, or is it going to bring them back into the game? Marsley does well to shake off Shearer. Roberts putting Moran under a bit of pressure. It has to go back to Bobby Mims. Oh, what a mistake by the Blackburn goalkeeper. Well, he could have played the ball anywhere, but it came off the shins of Ewan Roberts. And from being 2 goals behind, Huddersfield Town are back in the game. Suddenly, it's just Yorkshire voices being heard around Ewood Park. Huddersfield going in search of a third. Ireland, and they've got the third. Well, would you believe it? 2 goals within a minute. Simon Ireland celebrating with the fans. Newell has little support in attack, surprisingly. Only Wilcox wide. Cross in, Shearer! Well, he's only done 2 things all night, but he's certainly rescued Blackburn Rovers, for the moment at least. Shearer. The adrenaline's pumping. This is it, possibly the last chance for Newell, and he scores! Well, Shearer at the heart of it again. Striking partner Mike Newell has got Kenny Dalglish and his team out of a very, very sticky situation indeed.
Too close for our liking, but got to give 110% credit to Huddersfield. They've come here, they've went 2-0 down, the bottom of the 2nd division. They've got nothing to lose, and full credit to them, the way they've battled back, but we've just nicked it in the end.
2 last night, 2 against Norwich on Saturday, and of course that's the 1 third-round tie that you already know about. Blackburn Rovers against Norwich, a repeat of that Premier League game at the weekend, Blackburn winning it 7-1. Well, Wigan, Blackpool and Bolton all failed to overcome first-leg deficits last night, but Bolton grabbed 1 or 2 brownie points by winning at Wimbledon. Unfortunately, Tony Philliskirk's goal wasn't enough. Not a lot's gone Bolton's way in recent weeks, and that could herald a change of fortune. Well, Nottingham Forest have a great history in the League Cup and went into the 2nd leg against Stockport tonight with a slight advantage. At-home advantage as well, and you really had to fancy them at the City Ground. Join us again.
I used to wake each morning and really go to town. Loads of overpowering smells made my best friends frown. Now I use Insignia, shampoo and shower gel, body spray, aftershave, with a clean, fresh, subtle smell. So try Insignia, create a buzz, not a hum.
Do you love anyone enough to give them your last roller? Soft golden toffee in a milk chocolate cup.
Pint of hop lager, please.
Stranger. But don't like your type around here.
Seriously, good beer.
Yeah, serious spondoolies, Charlie. The property boom is about to
When
start.
Vodafone first introduced mobile communications, handsets were a handful.
Hey, John, how much you banging them jags out for?
But as Vodafone technology progressed, the size of phones came down.
No, I'm on the old mobile.
Here, John, your mother again?
And so did the costs.
I'm stuck on something called the, M25.
Over the years, Vodafone have designed services
You have 95 messages.
to meet the changing needs of their customers.
Delete headline, all change at number 10. Substitute...
With tariffs geared to the business market.
No change.
But now there's a new tariff called Vodafone Low Call.
A service for people who only make a low number of calls, with low-price connection, low-price line rental, and affordable phone purchase. Call charges are higher, but then you'll only be using the service when you really need to. New Vodafone Low Call. When you can't phone, phone.
You can't pick a thicker, creamier, fruitier yoghurt than Yoplait Fruit Yoghurt. Why dip a spoon into anything less?
Welcome back. Stockport County, third in the second division, away to Nottingham Forest, still bottom of the Premier League, but never, ever to be underestimated, particularly in this competition. Forest winning 3-2 at Edgeley Park 2 weeks ago. At the City Ground tonight, Jimmy Greaves along with Alan Parry.
Pierce, lovely little flick on them by Bannister. Kingsley Black with a good ball to Crosby. Forest using the full width of the pitch here, and a fine header. That's what they've been missing really, while Roy Keane has been in his defensive position. Those kind of bursts from midfield. Jimmy Greaves.
Yes, a great move one side of the field to the other. Started by Stuart Pearce, finishing with a great cross. Super header, nearly 1-0.
Being encouraged by the Forest bench to really go at the full-back here. Finds Clark, it's a good ball. Now Keane. Crosby again. Got a shout there from Kingsley Black. Good work by Nottingham Forest. And they take the lead here.
Yes, good ball by Crosby. Superb dummy by Nigel Clough. Onto Kingsley Black. I just wonder what Neil Edwards was doing there.
Forest leading 1-0 here, but not really playing very convincingly. And Kevin Francis suddenly into space here. Good goalkeeping. Beaumont straight back in. Oh, that's a good goal. That is an excellent finish. And Stockport are level on the night.
They did indeed, actually. It was a very good ball played through to our Kev, who really made a pig's ear of it, as he's been doing most of the night. But Beaumont following up has knocked a really good goal in.
Miller. His header and Todd, the fullback. Oh, he hit that really well. And Pierce arriving. Back outside him, Bannister in the centre-forward position. Keane making a run into the penalty area. Not a bad cross, and Bannister's there. And they almost got in each other's way. Terrain now for Stockport. They've got a lot forward in this attack. One of them is Kevin Francis, who holds off Tyler, and the ball breaks to Beaumont. Well, he's got an eye for goal, this player, and he almost found the net again. So Edwards has got to face a Pearce special again, perhaps. Right on the stroke of half-time, and Edwards did well. His positioning immaculate, and it had to be. The obvious problem here is lurking there in the number 9 jersey. At 6'7", he can reach out and touch the crossbar with his head almost, and wins the header, and it's scored almost the goal. Ward can't believe that was kept out. Here's Bannister. Great ball. This could be another. Should have been. That's a bad miss. Corner's been taken short. Club. Tyler. Black with a left-footed ball. Bannister! Good goalkeeping by Edwards. If he'd have let that one wriggle free, Forest would have had another goal. I rather suspect Clough will take this one, though. Maybe not. No. Oh! And can you believe that Stockport's night has ended in misery like that? Gannon deflecting the free kick from Stuart Pearce into his own net. What a cruel way for Stockport's fine performance to end.
One of Stuart Pearce's worst ever free kicks.
Yeah, we made it difficult for them. And then also, they weren't at the best tonight. That's what I saw anyway.